Hello, everybody. So today, real quick, I was gonna make this and I really wasn't gonna film, but I said, you know what? Let me just show you guys. As you can see, you could tell I wasn't really intending to film because my mix is already done, but you could tell by the thumbnail that today's video, I'm just gonna show you how to do a quick and easy tres leches cake. Today is my stepdad's birthday. This is his favorite cake. I keep it super simple and easy. If you know or can learn one thing from me by way of my channel is that I like quick and easy. So there's nothing quicker and easy or even more effective than one of these cake boxes. You can see it's the super moist French vanilla. I do follow the instructions in the back with the exception of I use milk instead of water, and I did add vanilla to this mix here. I did already mix it up. I'm going to put it here in my cake pan, and then we'll be back after it finishes baking so you can see what to do with it next. All right, so the cake is out of the oven. It's a nice golden brown. It's a flat top, which I really like. That's going to help me out later when I put the whipped topping on it. You know your cake is done because I inserted a toothpick. You'll see the little hole right there. And we came out clean. So I think I had this in there for about 20 minutes. And now what we're going to do is we're going to let it cool before we add our milk mixture. So as a reminder, this is going to be a tres leches cake. Very simple, very easy, and very delicious. So I'm going to get my milk mixture together. I'm going to let this cool off, and then we're going to put it in the fridge for a couple hours before I start doing the whipped topping and any type of decorations. All right, so this has been cooling off for a little bit, and I'm going to go ahead and start getting my milk mixture together. So as you see, I have 1 can of evaporated milk, I have a can of condensed milk, and I'm also going to use 1 cup of regular whole milk. I'm going to mix them together, and I'm going to pour it over the cake. And actually, even before I do that, I'm going to poke a bunch of holes in here. You'll see me do that shortly. So at this point, I'm going to basically take a fork, stab holes all over my cake. You really want to do that so when we pour the milk mixture over it, it seeps in really well. If you have kids and you're looking for like a fun way to get them involved in the kitchen, this is really good for them to do. It's a good part, fun part, interactive, and easy. I'll be back when I'm done with this and we're getting ready to pour the milk mixture. All right, so I poked my holes in the cake. Remember the 3 different milks I was talking about? The can of evaporated milk, can of condensed milk, and a cup of whole milk. I've mixed them up here in this bowl. You want to mix it or stir it with a whisk if you have it because the condensed milk is really thick, and you want to get it to fully incorporate with the rest of the milk mixture. And then so at this point, I'm literally just going to take this. Doesn't matter how you do it, just get your milk mixture in here. And you're going to get all of this milk mixture in there. Just like so. The milk might look like it's coming to the top and like it's over soaked, but the cake does absorb that in the fridge. And if you ever had a tres leches, you know that this is exactly how it's supposed to look. So do not fret. This probably is not the cake for you if you're lactose. That would probably not be a good idea. For everybody else, this is absolutely delicious. I'm just going to take this here, finish this off. And you can see I don't have any streaks in this bowl because I took a whisk and I really mixed that condensed milk really good. Okay. Set that aside. And now what I'm going to do is put a lid on it and just set it in the fridge for a couple hours. This is going to go in the fridge for a couple hours to soak, and then we'll be back to do the whipped topping. All right, you all, it's been about a couple hours since I've showed you guys the cake. It's pretty much ready for me to take it out the fridge, but I need to make my whipped topping. And so I just wanted to show you real quick how I do that. There's 2 cups of heavy whipping cream, a half a cup of powdered sugar, and this little brown splash here is some vanilla extract. This is it. I'm going to whip it up, and in about 3 minutes or so, it's really fast. Once I have stiff peaks, it'll be done, and I can pull the cake out the fridge to frost it. All right, so here we are. It's actually been a couple minutes, exactly as I stated. Just a few seconds for you all, but in real time, it's been maybe like 2 minutes. And this is what I mean, stiff peaks. Okay, so I'm holding this with my hand, so the angle's a little off. But again, homemade whipped cream. Yep, whipped cream. I have my cup here. I have my makeshift piping bag. You already know how I do. If you saw my cupcake video, I'm no professional, so we just do some makeshift stuff around here. And I have this piping tip I'm going to use today. And let's get our cake out. And I'm going to also get my stand so I can be hands-free. All right, you guys, so this is our cake in the fridge. And at first glance, you can tell that this cake has absorbed all of the liquid. Okay, absolutely all of it. I'm going to take my spatula. Yes, it has some cream on it, but that's okay. This entire thing is going to be covered. And I just want to push the edges. You see that? If I tap on it, the milk comes out. But it's soaked. It's completely soaked. All right, I'm going to try to film at this angle. See if you guys can see everything that I'm doing without my hands just kind of being in the way. I'm going to start it off right about there. And smooth it out. I do need my spatula. I'm just trying to make this smooth. Doesn't have to be perfect. If I need more, I'll get more. This is what I was saying earlier about the way it baked as a flat top. It was going to help us out in this part. And I'm no professional, and I've said that before, so if you're a professional watching me, look, I'm just trying to have something good. Now that I'm looking at it, I hope I made enough for my piping, because I was going to do just a cute little border, some sprinkles, and then I have a happy birthday candle topper. So again, no professional. You just want to make sure you have a nice, thick, and smooth, particularly like this middle part, because like I said, the edges, I'm going to do a border. But the part that everybody's going to be able to see, you just want it to be nice. And I wish I had a scraper like a textured scraper, it would look better, but we're gonna work with what we have. Another motto of mine, work with what you got. I am pretty satisfied with this. I'm gonna do my makeshift piping bag. Move this to the side. Move this here. Kitchen scissors. I'm just gonna try to cut something wide enough. This is a pretty big tip, so I might have to cut more. Perfect, actually, because you want it to get tight right around there so that there's nothing spilling out the sides. Now I'm just filling this up, just like you would a regular piping bag. I'm gonna stop right there for now. Already made a mess. Apply some good pressure. I'm gonna move this back to where you guys can see. Actually, I'm left-handed, so I need to start from this way. Up, 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 pull. As you see, I'm probably gonna have to put more in my bag. That's okay. Ooh, can I make it with this last little bit? I think I can. Boom, baby. Just like that. There's a little bit left in here. This is why it was important to kind of get this part as smooth as possible. I wasn't able to necessarily accomplish that, but it still looks nice. What I am gonna do is a simple design. Y'all look from Walmart, okay? Walmart. I'm gonna leave the candle for when we actually get over there, but I do want to add some of these. So I'm gonna open it up. And it might be easier if I take a little spoon. Just ever so lightly. Dust some sprinkles. Doesn't have to be extravagant. You don't have to be a professional. You just gotta make it with love. That's it. You don't even need professional tools. I mean, I did this this piping with a Ziploc, a freezer bag. You know, you could do a lot with a little. It's actually the title of my cupcake video, so if you haven't seen it, check it out. You could do a lot with a little. You don't need nothing too fancy. Just got to start somewhere. This is helping me to control the sprinkles just a little bit at a time. And you guys, this is pretty much it. Simple. We'll put the candle on at the house. But this is it. Hope you guys liked the video. Hope you guys try this at home. If you do, as always, let me know.